Hello everyone, Jeremy here, and today I wanted to take a look at the Xbox One user interface and its new dashboard. It's going to be pretty hard to cram everything that the Xbox One can do into one video, so I just may split this up into different parts just to make it a little bit easier to digest. So we're just going to go over some of the basic features today and basically just go throughout the menu system from left to right. So the first thing that we see here is when you turn on your Xbox One and you download the mandatory day one update, the first thing that you are going to see is this home screen here, and it's split up into three different parts. You can see that right now it's on home, but to the left there are pins, and to the right there is the store. Let's start at the left with pins. So pins are basically bookmarks. You bookmark whatever websites or apps or games that you access most frequently so that when you want to go back to them, you don't have to dig around in the menus to find them. You just sort of put a shortcut right here on your pins menu. And some things are pinned to this menu by default, and then you can also just put your own stuff on there too. I pinned Netflix to my menu, and Microsoft took the liberty of putting things like Skype and SkyDrive and TV and the Xbox Fitness website. They went ahead and put that on there for them. And you see right here, I just went to Bing. Why did I do that? Well, I didn't want to. What happened is that Connect is plugged in and it's always listening and it's always looking for hand gestures and voice recognition patterns and things like that. So as I'm sitting here talking to you, it thought that I gave it a command to go to Bing, even though I did not tell it to, but that was a false positive. I haven't gotten a lot of false positives with Connect in the Xbox One, but then again, I haven't been giving out so many things that are close to the Connect commands as I am doing in this video and will do in this video. So that's one thing that you should be aware of. Connect is always listening and it's always watching. Okay, so anyway, these are just some of the things that I pinned on my menu. Like I said before, you can take them off if you don't want them to be there. You can put your own things on there and just customize it to be your own. So basically that's what pins are. They're another word for bookmarks. Coming over here to the home page now, the home menu section is where you'll see a lot of the apps and games that you accessed most recently. So as you can see right now, the thing that you are currently engaged in is displayed prominently right there in the center. Now, since Connect thought that I told it to go to Bing, that's what I have. Bing search, that's what I have right there as my big main menu item. If it had gone to something like Netflix or Twitch, then those apps would be taking the place of Bing right here. And also, you have menus for your apps and games, your games and apps rather. The Snap menu is something that's pretty cool. It allows you to do two things at once, so we'll get into that a little bit later. And you can see what I have inside the disc tray, which is Forza 5 Motorsport. We can go to the Upload Studio, which lets you upload the game clips that you decided to save and record and share to the community or upload them to your SkyDrive. And then I have Netflix and Twitch because that's what I accessed most recently. And then finally, the first thing that you see right here is your profile page, which also acts as your friends list. Let's just go into that. Because the Xbox has always been very good at organizing and helping you and your friends join up with each other to do cool things. But one thing that's different with the Xbox One is it's not just a pure friend system anymore. Yeah, you have your friends, but at the same time you also have followers. And followers, it works very similar to Twitter in that you can choose to follow someone and keep track of what they're doing on the service, but they don't actually have to follow you back. So basically, if you have two people that follow each other, they're friends. But if you have one person to follow someone and they don't get followed back, then they're just a follower. And this is something that's pretty neat because there are a lot of celebrities and important not important people necessarily, but popular people who use Xbox Live, and their friends list can fill up instantly. Once people figure out what their gamer tag is, in this way, people can still follow them, and you don't have to worry about not being able to see what they're doing because you can follow them. And I believe that you have an infinite amount of followers. The friends list is capped, but you can have as many followers as you want. And you also have this feed here, which again, much like Twitter, lets you see everything that people that you follow and are friends with have done on Xbox One. It's just a menu that goes down and down and down and down and down. And it tells you what achievements they did, they tell you what video clips they may have uploaded, and that can be pretty neat. You also have messages. If you have any, that's where you would go to look for. Are super, super popular. People love achievements. The Xbox One, super popular. People love achievements. The Xbox One Day One achievement that only came with Day One editions of the console was selling for at least $30 on eBay. So people really love achievements. And the achievement menu has gotten a completely different look and feel. And I just realized that my gamer score is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to save this video because I was there when that happened. That's pretty cool. Anyway, achievements aren't just things that are pretty static in games anymore, in that the game ships and there are a set amount of achievements, and then if the developer decides to put more in there, they can, but if not, it's the only thing you have to deal with. The achievements they're more persistent now, and they're ongoing. So it's not just do this one thing and then you get an achievement. I mean, more challenges, like achievement challenges, come into play every now and then. So as you can see here, there's 3 days remaining in Killer Instinct to defeat 3 friends, and if you were to do that within these next 3 days, you will be able to get this achievement. If you don't do this within the next 3 days, you can't. So this is a timed achievement opportunity. And if you have the game, you can just hit play and jump right in and try for that achievement. Here's another example of that for Killer Instinct, defeating 6 different characters in online matches. And you can also go to these little 3 dots at the bottom of the screen to take a look at some of the other achievement challenges. These are for Rise, Son of Rome, Call of Duty Ghosts, Forza Motorsport, and even non-gaming applications like FX Now, watching 3 episodes from any original show within the next 31 days in order to unlock that achievement. So it's not just limited to games. Your gamer score isn't going to be affected by these by getting achievements from non-gaming applications. Like you see here, I have achievements from Netflix and I have achievements from Twitch, and it does not increase my gamer score. It just gives me a badge of honor. So this one was something, watching 3 episodes in a row. I didn't mean to go to play. Didn't mean to do that at all. We're just going to go back. Oh, and did I mention that the Xbox One is a lot faster than the Xbox 360 as far as user interfaces are concerned? Yes, it is. And there's Connect again, thinking that I'm talking to it. Stop listening. Stop listening. Wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Connect. So yeah, these are just some of the locked achievements for the Netflix app. And it's the same thing for Twitch, FX Now, but if you were really just interested in games, then you can take a look at the achievement menu for those. Over on the left side is the percentage for the number of achievements that you have unlocked for this particular game. So in my case of Dead Rising 3, it's 11%. It gives you 2 of the most popular challenges or feature challenges, and then you get to see all your achievements broken down into this this grid view. And then when you want to look a little bit closer, you're greeted with this big background screenshot and just a little bit of text that tells you what happened. I completed chapter 2, and that's how I got this achievement. I know that some people don't like this new achievement menu because of these huge screenshots and they don't tell you a lot of information. It's really just there for flash or whatever, but I like this new system. I like the way that the achievements look now. Um, in the way that Microsoft has it set up, that back in the day they used to call this Metro, but now they just don't call it anything at all. All right, so let's just go back to the main menu. That is a look at the achievements menu. And let's try to get into the snap feature. Now, the snap feature is cool, but it can be a little bit tricky because snap is designed, as you can see from the icon, when you snap something, it means that you have one application occupying about 70% of the screen, and then the other 30% or so, is probably more like 80/20, is occupied by a separate app. So you can do two things at once, but you can't do that with every single application. Some apps require you to be full screen all the time. So let's just try it with Forza 5 Motorsport. I'm just going to boot this up right now. And the cool thing is I can be playing Forza. It can be really cool and everything, but if I decide, hey, I want to look at something from Twitch, something from the Twitch app. I want to drive, I want to race, but you can't. It's something that you don't necessarily have to keep paying attention to, at least from audio perspective. So you want to look at Twitch. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can either tell Connect to snap for you by saying Xbox Snap. I don't think that's going to pick up on it. Okay, I said it very softly so it didn't hear me. You can say that, or you can just press the Xbox controller on the remote, go over to Snap, and hit that. And now you see there are two different things going on the screen. You can easily switch between them just by double tapping on your controller. So as you can see, I'm on the right now, double tap, left, double tap, right. And I'm going to go to Twitch. I'm going to Twitch because I already know ahead of time that Twitch is going to be an app that I can, in fact, snap. If I tried to do Netflix, I wouldn't be able to do it. It would have to be full screen for Netflix. So we are going to try to snap into Twitch, and I hope that this works because there have been some issues with this app occasionally. So we're going to see if it lets me snap to it or not. And it may take a second. It's usually a lot faster than this. But sometimes things just don't quite work out as quickly as you would want to. But in the meantime, we still do have access to, where'd it go? Let's try that again. In the meantime, we still do have access to Forza, so we can still go on and act like we're going to actually do a race. All right, so if Twitch is not going to snap properly, then we are going to have to try to find something else to snap with. That's fine. So I'm just going to go back to the home screen. I'm going to unsnap. Oh, it looks like it had popped up after all. All right, well, we'll try it again. All right, so Twitch took a little while to fully get started, but we are successfully snapped now. And so I can either go full screen, check out the channels, or go to the games. I'm just going to say games. Say I want to look at Left 4 Dead 2. I can see the number of casts that are currently streaming Left 4 Dead 2. And if I decide I'm just going to look at this one, it starts playing. And of course, you have to watch an ad on Twitch. So we're just going to I'm going to briefly mute that. And then we can continue to go over here in Forza and just take a look at, whatever cars that I might have. I'm just going to continue my career, go on to the next event.
Once again to Belgium for another event at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps.
All the while the advertisement is playing, and the advertisement is about to stop. And the actual gaming stream is now up. Now, if I snap really quickly right back to the Twitch app and unmute it, you can hear both your game audio and the Twitch audio all at the same time. But the problem is you cannot choose the volume for each one. So you might want the game to take precedent over Twitch, or you might want Twitch to take precedent over the game. But you might not, but you can't do that. You just kind of have to roll with it. So really briefly, I'm not going to do this whole race, but I just wanted to show you the snap feature and how you can have one thing snapped on the screen and then also continue to play your game. So I can just be rolling with Forza while this guy's playing Left 4 Dead over on the right side. And I can just sort of divide my attention accordingly between the two. So that's how that works. I'm going to go ahead and pause that. And we're going to go back to the main menu and we are going to unsnap it. All right. Taking a look at my apps and games, this is really quite self-explanatory. It shows you everything that you have downloaded on your Xbox One, be it an app or a game. So this is just a quick way for you to, get access to the things that you have downloaded. And then there's also quick ways to get to your avatars, your friends, the TV features, the activity, Internet Explorer, that good stuff. And finally, we're going to end this video by going over to the store. And you can see that each thing is separated by their own distinctive category. There's games, movies and TV, music, and apps. It's good that games, is actually first. The way things are going, you think it would be last. So these are just all the games that you can see on the Xbox One, games that you can play on the Xbox One. It brought up the One Guide. We are not going to get into the One Guide in this video. Stop listening. We're not going to get into that in this video, perhaps in the future video. But yeah, here's just a look at all the games that you can play. Now, if you wanted a demo, let's say I wanted to look for Zoo Tycoon. Because at first blush, you would think that there were no available demos on the Xbox One. But in fact, there are. You have to search for them, which is odd. But yeah, here's the Zoo Tycoon demo. So if I wanted to download that, I could. And from this menu, I can pin it to the home screen. And I can also rate it as well. It's pretty much the same thing if you want to check out movies and music. Here's the movies and TV section, and here's Despicable Me 2. So if this is this is for Xbox Video. You have to download the Xbox Video app before you can do all this. But I guess since I haven't downloaded that yet, they want me to do that before they'll show you the synopsis and everything about these shows. Elysium, that's a movie. The Walking Dead television show, and all the other movies and TV shows that are currently available on Xbox Live, including Season 9 of Dragon Ball Z, just in case you wanted to look at it again. And then last but not least, we've got music, and everything is the same. It's the same interface, and if you try to look at something and you haven't downloaded Xbox Video or Xbox Music, they will ask you to do that first before you'll be able to see all this other stuff. And then lastly, all of the apps that are available, which you don't need to download a main app in order to access these, because they all are separate and there aren't a whole lot of apps available yet for the Xbox One. But it will spread out over time. So the popular video apps, Fox Now, Hulu, Netflix, Twitch, Uplay is there of all things, Amazon Instant Video, TED, ESPN, the CW, Crackle, Vudu, FX Now, Redbox Instant by Verizon, and of course it will increase if you wanted to do something like go to a Comcast app. There is no Comcast app on the Xbox One, at least not yet. But all that just kind of ties in to the One Guide that I don't know if this is something that happens by default, but I just press X on the controller and it takes me to the one guide that I did have to set up ahead of time, but I'm not going to get into that now. I'm going to stop this video. This has just been part one of the Xbox One's user interface, just covering the pins, the home, and the store from left to right. And in the next video, we're going to get a little more in depth to some of the features, including the Kinect demonstration and the game DVR and all that other stuff. So thanks so much for watching. Until the second part, I'm Jeremy, and I'll see you next time.